Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the Altcoin show, coming at you daily, 6 days a week. I want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. We are going to talk about a new Visa partnership, and can it save this altcoin? Can it help kickstart this altcoin? Because this altcoin has a lot of potential, but it desperately needs some help. So we're going to look at that, and we're going to look at the charts. We're going to look at a bunch of trades here and the charts in just a little bit. But before we do that, you know what I'm going to say. If you're a regular watcher, smash the likes. This helps gets this content out to more people and does help support the channel. And I do appreciate all the wonderful, kind comments that people do leave. And of course, all the questions, I do look to get back to those as soon as possible. We have the cheat sheet that is below in the description of this video. I get asked at least once a day where that is. So I want to make sure everybody knows where that is. That is my roadmap to bull run success. I have altcoins in there with entries and take profits, swing trades, free education resources. Of course, the link to the Discord, the most amazing Discord on the planet, the Stocks with Josh Discord, is also there in my cheat sheet and the description of this video there as well. Okay, we are going to jump into a little bit of news, and we're going to discover what is the altcoin that has the new Visa partnership, which hopefully will help resurrect this altcoin. We'll also look at that altcoin in the charts in a little bit as well, and it is none other than Avalanche. You can now spend your AVAX and your USDC wherever Visa is accepted. It looks kind of cool. Who would like a cool Visa card like that? And there's both physical and virtual cards, 24/7 dedicated support and seamless transactions through the popular apps. I don't know if there's any rewards there as well. It'll be interesting that they have a bit of a rewards program that if you use that you'll get some free crypto and rewards like 1 or 2 or 3% on the purchases. But certainly that would be, you can visit avalanchecard.com to find out more about that. Okay, so let's jump into the charts. And first of all, we are going to look at Avalanche. And certainly we see with Avalanche here, this is not a bad little setup. We are retesting the 50-day moving average right now. So this is an entry right here, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now. We got 26 bucks. There's an entry. But the take profit level is kind of just up here at 28.29. So it's a pretty quick move up to here. And you'd have to kind of set a stop loss up here to protect your profits in case it just came back straight back down again, which it's kind of been doing. If you look at this, once we broke the 50-day moving average, it's come up, hasn't really been able to get above the 200 EM and come back, retest, and then go back up. It broke through the 200 EMA, but then stopped at the 200 simple moving average. But then we've got the 200 on the weekly here. That's the bear market support that it's below. So this is either a great opportunity here for Avalanche, but can Visa save this coin? We do have some low and some higher lows happening here. So there is this is a bullish pattern here, and I do actually expect this to break out from here, and then we'll find some more resistance up at 33, and then the next buy will be a break and a retest of that 33 and off to the races there. And I think we can get back to that $50-$60 level, maybe even by the end of the year, who knows. But certainly here, there are some buy levels here. If you don't get it here at 26, you might feel more comfortable getting it at 28 and 29 and getting above those moving averages. Then you got those three. Of course, the 50 looks like it's going to cross over the 200 and create a bullish golden cross for Avalanche. We're seeing a lot of those setups on a lot of the altcoins there. So we jump into banana. So we have lost that 54 there, and you can always see this. We're going to break it down into the hour time frame here. You can see when, if you had a stop loss, when to get out of this trade. When do you get out of this trade as a rejection? So we went below it, but we came back up and we broke through. So there was a retest and no rejection. Here we came down, and this is why I moved to the hour. And we can clearly see on this here that we went down and we had a retest once, twice, actually 3 times, and then we rejected, and that would have been the place to get out of the trade. And this rejection of this trend line here, the tribal trades trend line strikes again. helps you get out of trades, okay? And so that's how you would have traded that if you were swing trading. Now, if you bought it for hodl, certainly you can still stop out. There's no problem with stopping out on a hodl trade and wanting to buy it lower. Sure, you could have, or you can just buy some more as we come down. But we've got the 200 EMA on the 4 hours, so 50 to 51 is the next buy level. And if you didn't buy up here, this would be your just in case bag buy. I want to see if it gets supported or not, or if we just go through, we reject off that, and then, and then I think we're coming further to the downside, back to that $46, $47 range, and we'll retrace the entire move. And it's come all the way back. Could we see it come to the back? Look, and we've got these candles here, one from the 8th of October and two from the 4th of October there. Certainly we could come back and find some support here. So this would be a just-in-case buy if you have no banana gun at all. So then we got the other tribal trades trend line here at around $46 for banana gun. Blob seems to have found a home around that 6 range with 7 zeros there. I am close to putting in a line along the bottom here, and then the mid-range would be at 8 and the top of the range would be at 10. Again, this is where you got saved. The tribal trades trend line strikes again, where you can get saved, get out of the trade. Super simple. We saw it wouldn't get out of the trade there. We broke through here, but when we broke back beneath and then we rejected from here, that's the place to get out of the trade there. And that would have saved you a whole bunch of time and heartache, and would have allowed you to escape that trade and get back in at lower levels, which, right now seem to be like 6 might be where the level where it holds here. We're going to wait and see. Certainly, I would like to see a higher high created on some time frame. If we look at the 4 hours, we had a low, and we've had a bit of a higher low now. So that is positive. So I'll wait to see how that plays out a little bit more. Doge, I had advised to take some profits at this level here at that 14 level. So hopefully you did get some profits in there. Certainly, it looks as though we're coming to test this down at 12.9. Certainly, that may not happen. Sometimes you just say, okay, the 200 EMA is down at 11.9, but let's go to the 4 hour. And I want to go to the 2, and so that's down at also at 11.9 as well. Let's go down to the 1 hour. And we're right at this level. So we could find some support here at the 200 EMA on the 1 hour time frame here, certainly at about 13.4. But certainly if we were to break this level and then you have a retest and rejection, then we're all, we seem like that 12.9 level could come into play there. And we're actually just been rejecting off the EMA ribbon on the 1 hour time frame. So a lot of times you can move around the different time frames and find your exits or your entries a lot easier, and you can see it a lot more clearer on those time frames. I'm pretty sure we're going to see this with Ethereum. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. Don't wait for 2,800. Just get out. Get out at 2,770. It's close enough is good enough. We don't need to wait for these exact dollar amounts, and look at what has happened here on this. And certainly if we come down now, where is the entry? 20, you can look and say, okay, if we break down below and retest and reject, we're probably coming down to that 2,490, 2,500. Then you got the bear market support line at 2,350 there. You could certainly, like I said, go down that 4 hour, and lo and behold, look at that. We found a little bit of support at the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. So certainly if we were to break below that and then retest that resistance and reject, then we're almost certainly coming down to the 24.85. And the same thing, if we lose that and then we retest and reject, we're almost certainly coming down a little bit lower there. So you can see that with HNT, what a smashing, unbelievable trade this was. The tribal trades community, we absolutely killed it on this one. I gave the entry here at $5.90, and I gave the TP at $7, around $7.20, up at the 50-day moving average. And look what happened. We absolutely nailed it on the button, people. And so these are the moments that you make the money, when you get the right entries. And of course, now let's go to the hourly, and we'll see this pattern that we hit it, and your place to get out was rejected. And then you had another place, you had 3 chances to get out of this trade and profit, by the way. So if you didn't get out, you break it down on the hour, and there we go. We got a retest, rejection, retest, rejection, retest, rejection, and now we're down here. And so, $6.60, where we at the 4 hour. Certainly there's where we found the support. So if we were to go back, if we lose this, so a break below here, and then you switch to the hourly and look at $6.80 and see if you get a rejection, and then we could see some more moves to the downside there for HNT. Certainly it would be quite a big drop all the way back to go all the way back down to here. So we might find some support at that $6.80 level. But the Injective, certainly there is an entry there at the 50-day moving average there. Just make sure you set a stop loss, and give a lot of trades on here, but certainly do pick and choose your trades. You can really cherry pick the best trades on here and get the best value for that. So render here, we've lost that 200 EMA on the 4 hour, and then on the daily time frame. And so if we come down to here, we are holding this ascending triangle here, triangle wedge. This is bullish. So they do break to the upside. Of course, occasionally they do break to the downside, and we could have a deviation outside of this range here. So we are looking for this to hold. But of course, if you see this pattern where we break below it, and you can switch it to the hourly here, that if we break below this, and then, of course, we retest. Look, we've come above it and we're holding a support. But if we were to break down below this and then come back up here, that's when you could stop out of the trade. And we're going to see some more downside there for the rend play there. And then the Say trade looks like we have a little bit of an entry here right now. So just again, if we break below this, we do have the 200 EMA on the daily. So I wouldn't necessarily stop out here. We could come back, retest and reject, and then come here and find support and then go back up. So this would be one of the few occasions where I may not stop out. And then you've got the 50-day moving average right there at 39. What to do? So, for me, I'm probably setting a little bit more of a less aggressive stop loss there, and I would want to probably get out of the trade this is just me personally, on a break below there and a rejection at that point. That's probably where I'm jumping out of that trade. Or you could just wait and see what happens. You could wait and see what happens and see if we come down to here or here, because these are also entries that you could take at 40 cents and at about 38, 39 cents there for Say. We're going to jump into Solana, which has absolutely been one of the coins that have been smashing it. And is this going to be a deviation outside of the range? We've had a retest and a successful retest. And so any time that we're coming back down here to 161, this could be an entry for a swing trade here. Certainly if we break below this, and then you'd switch to the hourly and see if we get a successful rejection. And then you could look at these lower levels of down here again at 145 and 142. For Solana, if we look at the 4 hour, there's at 150. We look at the 2 hour, and that's sitting at 154. And then at the 1 hour there, we are sitting it's coming up. It's coming up right now to, this will not be long before it comes up to this 160 level. And you can even jump down the 15-minute level and they go, okay, here we go. The 15-minute level is tradable. We've broken down, but we're above it now. So, that 165 level, you want to take a quick swing trade scalp from 165 up to 170. You can see, actually, you could have traded Solana on the 200 EMA on the 15-minute time frame. You get in here, you get out here, you get in here, you get out here, you get in here, get out, get in, get out. And this is where I teach, on my day trading portfolio there, you can actually even jump down to the 15-minute time frame there as well. And then obviously when you saw this break and then you have a retest and rejection, that's when you get out of the trade, and then you would wait, and then now you've finally seen a retest and it's broken through. And now certainly there is a little bit of a trade to have there, but you would get out of the trade if you break through here and then retest and reject on the 15-minute time frame. That would be the place to get out of the trade. Otherwise, you might be able to ride it to the upside there. A lot of it depends what Bitcoin is doing. You can check out my Bitcoin video from a couple of hours ago, and we're going to wrap it up with Sui. As you can see here, we again try and find where it's going. And I did say to you, as we come down, I am looking at around this $1.80 level here. We have a wick here, but if you go to the 4-hour chart, certainly you can see the 200 EMA on the 4 hours there. We have a bunch of Lux Algo order blocks there as well. So I've set a buy order there at around $1.83, $1.84. It certainly could go lower. I just want to make sure I get hit. I'm not going to squibble about, oh, did I get it at $1.83 or did I get it at $1.79 or $1.78? When it goes to $10 or $20, maybe 30, 40, who knows? We'll see what shakes out in this bull market. We certainly could keep going down and come to this this area here has been rock solid. We have gotten a bunch of trades in here as we come down to this 174, 175, 170 to 175 level. So certainly there I have another area of interest there as well, or even come down to the bottom of this tribal trades trend line down here at the 160. So just keep an eye on here. Again, we want to see what happens when it comes to this level. Are we going to go below it and then retest and reject? Then we can expect some more moves to the downside. And we do have the 50-day moving average coming up here, but I expect this will be at 160, not too much longer in the next couple of days there. Maybe tomorrow this will be up at $1.60 there for Sui. And then we have TAO, which we've seen we are currently losing this line here. And so we want to see how this plays out. Are we going to get a rejection here and go back above it? We can look at it on the smaller time frame, although certainly we have tested and rejected from there at the moment currently from that main level here that we see. And so certainly we could see some more downside for TAO. There is a bit of a gap down here, and we could retrace this entire move back to about $475. My next area of interest is going to be around that $475 to $500 area there. So we could certainly see that retrace that move there that we have. And this is how you trade the ranges. We had a couple of good trades in there where we got in, got out and profit. Then we would have been stopped out here on the swing trade. And now if you're looking for hodl buys, the safer play would be to wait to this $475 to $500, I think last time I got a bid filled at $501. So just in this range somewhere here for a hodl, it just has to be a just in case buy. And this is why I have said, the number one question that I got asked, the number one question that I got asked from people was, should I sell my this coin that's not moving and buy TAO and Sui? And I was like, absolutely not. It's so risky to sell a coin that has not moved into a coin that's just gone 3, 4, 500% or whatever it went. It was always just going to be a just in case buy. And really right now, these are just in case buys. Because we could retrace that whole move. And who knows, if Bitcoin drops any lower, it could go a little bit lower than that. And that's why it's called a just-in-case buy. Just in case it goes parabolic and keeps going, you have a position, and it's not too big a position that just in case it drops lower and keeps dropping, then you haven't committed too much money at that higher level, and you can just make some dollar cost average buys lower down. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the show today, and until the next episode, happy trading.